Hello, Amanda.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
Assalamu alaikum, everybody,
Walaikum salam.
and thank you for joining this CICC Revert lecture. Ustaza Sidra Naeem is an alima qualified from Al-Huda International. She has studied the 99 names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in detail. In the second half of the series, she will be focusing on the meanings, explanations, and ways of implementing Allah's attributes into our lives. The session will conclude with interactive questions and answers. Today we will be continuing and focusing on two more of Allah's attributes, Al-QADEER and Al-MUQTADIR. Excuse me for my pronunciation. Okay, over to you, Sister Sidra.
Jazakallah khair, everybody, for inviting me on this beautiful platform with the most beautiful sisters and hosting this beautiful topic, which is a very important topic, much more important than what normal people think it is. So we're very good that we've actually started this series. So as in the second series I've explained before, the names of Allah are not simple. They are all interconnected with all the same roots. And today there are actually three names which are completely interlinked, and just each name is a little bit more powerful than the one before. So it's very interesting, but all three, the names, the meanings are exactly the same, and even the roots are exactly the same. So that's going to be very interesting. The first name that we're going to cover, Al-QADEER, is very special to my heart. Does anybody know why that is? Why is QADEER very special to me?
It's your maiden name.
It is my maiden name, it's my dad's name, and it is actually my name because in Islam we're not allowed to change our surname. So on my YouTube channel you will see QADEER. So that's always been my name and still is. So it's dear to my heart, but I'm glad to say it's a very, very important name as well. Now, before I start the name, this name is interlinked with so many other names. So Taqdeer, Qadr. Okay, who can tell me what that means? What is Qadr? We've all heard of Laylatul Qadr, haven't we? Or Surah Qadr. What does it mean? What does Qadr mean?
Does it mean time?
No, Laylatul Qadr.
Night.
No. These are three names which are completely interlinked with one another. Al-QADEER is right in the middle, and that's the one we are doing first. But Al-QADEER, you must have heard of as well, and Al-MUQTADIR, which actually is completely the same name, except it's just like a little anagram. Okay? And Taqdeer is another bit, and Qadr, they're all the same. Okay? Qudrat is another one. They all mean destiny. You must have heard of Laylatul Qadr. It's the night of power where Allah writes our destiny for the whole year, does he not? Okay? Which means he's all powerful and he is the all capable. And because of that, he's the one who can do everything for us. Give us money that year, take away sickness that year, give us babies that year, make our marriages that year. And if we want to die, he can take away our life that year because it's all capable. Okay? Very, very important to understand. So Laylatul Qadr is the night of decree. That's what the word means, decree, the night of power, where Allah writes all our destiny for that year, okay, and forgives all our sins. So, Al-QADEER means forever and always all-capable. Al-QADEER means shows that he is the all-capable. And Al-MUQTADIR, Allah shows the utmost level of supreme power and capability. Okay, now we are not Muslims if we do not believe in destiny or the decree of Allah, because part of our Mani Mufassal, which are the 7 things that every Muslim has to believe in, the declaration of Islamic faith, the belief in destiny is actually one of the Mani Mufassals over here. Belief that all good and bad is from Allah. Okay? And did you know that in previous nations, before Islam came, people didn't believe in destiny. They didn't believe all good and bad is from Allah. They used to sometimes say, well, we did good because we did good. And that's why we're getting goodness. But it's actually all from Allah. Okay? So this is why it was implemented right into the thread of our religion. And it's farz, which means it is compulsory that we believe in this. Otherwise, we're not Muslims. Okay? Let us now move on to the word. Al-Qadeer or Al-Qadir means the capable, the powerful. Al-Qadir is the one who has perfect, complete power and ability. By the power of Al-Qadir, the creation is brought into being. Life and death is given. And by his power, the resurrection and recompense will be established. And did you know that the word Qadir comes so many times in the Quran? In the Quran, you would have heard of the word Shay'in Qadir at the end of so many sentences. Let's listen to one of them. Then he will forgive whom he wills and punish whom he wills, and Allah is over all things competent.
فيغفر لمن يشاء ويعذب من يشاء والله على كل شيء قدير.
There you go, Shay'in. Kulli Shay'in Qadir is in so many sentences. Right, let's listen to the video about Al-Qadir.
Allah is called Al-Qadir. The word Qadir comes from the root letters Qaf, Dal, Ra and has many meanings such as power, capability, to determine, to measure, to decree. From these meanings, we could say Qadir is one who shows Qudra. Qudra means to have ability or strength or power. So, it would mean they show their ability, strength and power. The Holy Quran says, Innahu ala raj'ihi laqadir. Indeed, Allah is all capable to bring him back to life. This means when a person has died and turned into dust, Allah shows that he is all capable to bring life back to that body again. In another meaning, Qadir could mean one who does taqdeer, meaning the one who determines or the one who measures or the one who decrees. So, this means Allah decides what he wants to do with the creation, and whatever he decrees will certainly happen. This also means that he must have complete knowledge and is completely aware of the situation. For example, for the human body to function correct, it will need the circulatory system. This includes your heart and blood vessels. They pump blood all around your body to give it oxygen and nutrients. It will need a respiratory system to take in oxygen such as the lungs and air passages. It will need a digestive system such as the stomach and liver to convert food into nutrients. It will also need a skeletal system to support and shape the body and protect organs. It will also need a nervous system. Your brain and nerves are part of this. They help you think and learn. To get all these systems perfect and at a certain measure, you need to be capable of doing so, and you need knowledge as a requirement, and Allah's knowledge is perfect. The Holy Quran says, فَقَدَرْنَا فَنِعْمَ الْقَادِرُونَ. So we decreed. How excellent are we at decreeing. Allah is Al-Qadir. He is the all-capable. He has perfect strength and perfect ability. He is the one who is able to do everything, from causing things to exist to causing things not to exist. Whatever He decrees will certainly happen. How should we live by this name? 1. If Allah Al-Qadir is the all-capable, what should we do? Should we just sit back and say, wow? No, of course not. We know now that Allah is capable of all things. We should seek strength from Him no matter what difficulty we are in. 2. Allah has decreed certain things for you in this life, but has also given you some free will, which is the key to change within. Some of the ways of changing courses are by having faith. Another way is by asking for forgiveness, and another way to change your course is by doing dua. Imam Jafar as-Sadiq alayhi salam is reported to have said, "Dua before Allah for help repeals what is already determined even after it is firmly established."
Right, now that is a very, very important point, because did you know that although Allah writes our destiny or decrees what He does, we are not capable of changing that ourselves. However, it does say that we can do dua, and with dua, things can be rewritten. So Allah writes our destiny, but with dua, our destiny can change. Allah can change it. And also, we're not to just sit back and say things like, oh, well, Allah has decreed this, that's going to happen anyway. We don't know what our destiny is. That's the beauty of our religion. So we ourselves have got to work hard to make something happen. So, for example, in COVID, a lot of people said, oh, we're not going to bother praying because we're going to die anyway, or there's no cure for it anyway. And it was out everywhere, wasn't it? That, you know, even Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, tie up your camel to protect yourself. So everyone then put that hadith out, and people started covering their faces with masks and things. And it was actually during COVID that we really realized there was no power above us, and we had to rely on Allah, the all capable of doing something. No power in the world, no prime ministers, no kings could have changed what was going on. No scientists could have changed what was going on. But in the end, it was Allah who then decreed the two Muslim Turkish scientists then to actually come up with a invention, which was the COVID vaccine, which then saved the whole world, didn't it? How to live by this name? We know that Al-QADEER can make everything happen by His power, so ask Him alone. Cure your heart from rancor and envy by believing that all the affairs are by the decree of Al-QADEER. Have patience and strive to be pleased with His qadr. So anything good and bad, we should take on board that it is all from Allah for whatever reason it is. It could be to make us humble, it could be to punish us, it could be to test us. It's all from Allah, okay? And on the Laylatul Qadr, we should really be praying for our qadr to be written nicely for each year, okay? Now, before we carry on and look at other how to live by His name, we need to also cover the next name, which is very, very similar. So let us have a look at Al-Muqtadir, the Omnipotent. Al-Muqtadir is the one whose might is great, and through His overwhelming power, and Al-Muqtadir controls all His creations. He subdues everyone and everything in His domain. His decree prevails in every situation. The root words are exactly the same as Al-QADEER, okay? And something very, very interesting is we must not think that we have the power to do all things. We have to depend on others. Now, who can tell me, what do plants depend on to stay alive?
The sun,
They do, and
the rain.
the rain, yes.
Water and sun is the most important thing for plant life.
Yes. What do plants depend on? You said water and what else?
Sunlight.
Sunlight. And
Well, that's the two most important things. for
water
plant
and
life.
sunlight and oxygen I've got here, and soil as well. Okay. What is the sun dependent on? The night and day revolving.
Okay.
Yes. What are we dependent on?
Oxygen, light.
We are dependent on Allah.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is showing you the hierarchy, and this is how the hierarchy of the words are. Okay. We are dependent on Allah. If the sun stopped shining, it wouldn't hurt us, would it? Yeah. Oxygen stopped, we can breathe in carbon dioxide for a little while anyway. But us, we are dependent on Allah and Allah's decree. Okay? And the pandemic showed us it was only Him we could rely on. Nothing was happening. I remember praying day and night. in that year because I wanted to get back to my activities and it wasn't happening. And it all depended on Allah, didn't it? In fact, did you know, in that year, many, many people became Muslim and many, many people became religious as well. Okay, let's look at that name in the Quran. In a seat of honor, i.e. paradise, near a sovereign, the omnipotent king is perfect in ability.
في مقعد صدق عند مليك مقتدر.
Allah is called Al-Muqtadir. The word Muqtadir comes from the root letters Qaf, Dal, Ra and has many meanings such as power, capability, to determine, to measure, to decree. Do you remember these root letters? We have spoken about a name of Allah that comes from these root letters. It is the name Al-QADEER, which means that Allah shows that He is the all-capable. Al-Muqtadir has a similar meaning to the name Al-Qadir, except it is more intense. We said Al-Qadir means the one who shows that He is the all-capable over everything. Another name of Allah is Al-Qadeer, which is more intense. It means Allah is forever and always all-capable and always all-powerful. Al-Muqtadir has even more intense than both names. It means that Allah shows the utmost level of supreme power and capability. How should we live by this name? 1. Seek Al-Muqtadir. The story of Prophet Yunus alayhi salam when he was stuck in the belly of a whale and cried out in the darkness with a dua tells us no matter how dark your situation is, seek Al-Muqtadir because He is ever all capable to bring you out of any situation you are stuck in. 2. Strengthen your faith. All power comes from Allah Al-Muqtadir, and by strengthening your faith, you will become harder and stronger. Imam Muhammad al-Baqir alayhi salam is reported to have said, "The believer is harder than a mountain, for the mountain is dispensable, whereas nothing can separate the believer from his religion." 3. Forgive others. When you have gained certain power from Al-Muqtadir, use it to forgive instead of punishing. The Prophet, peace be upon him, is reported to have said, "He who forgives when having the power to punish, Allah will forgive him on the day of judgment."
Right, how can we live by this name? What can we do? Any ideas? Some they've given in the videos.
Forgiveness.
Forgiveness they've done, yes. Anything else apart from in the videos? Okay, we've already done one. We said destiny is pre-written, but with dua, it can be rewritten. Okay, now an example was just given in the video of Jonah and the whale, wasn't it? His destiny was to go in the whale, but he did dua and Allah rewrote his destiny and he was saved. Okay, that is what we need to remember. Laylatul Qadr, I've already explained, is the day you pray for your Qadr for the whole year. And put your trust in Allah. He will be enough for him. Okay, because we know that everything good and bad is from him and we need to put our trust in him in difficulties. Ask Al-Muqtadir for everything as all affairs are in his hands. Have good hope of Al-Muqtadir and put your trust in his power. Never blame your mistakes or bad deeds on your decree, but actively strive to be a better person each day. Very important. Now, what if your taqdeer, what about if your qismat is, you know, your destiny, you're not sure where it's going. Say there's a marriage proposal and you don't know whether to take it out. What are you supposed to do in Islam?
Istikhara.
Good. Istikhara is a special prayer when you're not sure what to do. Allah is taking you one way, you may be thinking of a different way, and you don't know what is it that Allah wants from me. So instead of fortune telling, Muslims have got the istikhara prayer, which provides us with guidance for the future. Okay, and that prayer istikhara is when you are trying to make a decision. Do I go this way or do I go that way? And when you pray your special prayers, then sometimes you can get some kind of inclination, or you can just carry on with what you're thinking should go ahead and put your trust in Allah, and Allah shows you the way. You know when it feels right. You know definitely when something is not going that way or when it is going that way. Okay?
So for doing istikhara, are you
Yes.
supposed to already know what you think you would like to do or should be the right thing, and then ask Allah to sort of either make it happen or guide you? Or do you go not knowing, make the prayer and you haven't got a clue and just ask Allah to guide you?
Excellent question and worded beautifully both. The first one is more stronger, what you said. So you may have an idea, but you're not sure. And then you will go that way, yeah? And then you will know whether that path is really smooth. It'll be very, very smooth, and you'll know that's what Allah wants. Okay? The other one that you said, when you really are not sure, then you can still do the istikhara prayer, and Allah sends you some kind of, you can just tell. So I'll give you an example. My brother was about to get married. We're going back now over 20 years. 20 years or maybe less than that. Anyway, my mum really didn't know what to do at all. She didn't know what to do. So she read the istikhara prayer, and she had a very clear dream. And in that dream, fruit. My sister was bringing her big basket of fruit, and she was really, really happy. And my sister was saying, congratulations. So she knew straight away, you know what? Allah wants me to go that way. And she did go that way. Okay. The other time is, so for example, recently there was a girl and she wanted to get married and she really wasn't sure, but she did like him. So that's the first example you've given, Alex. I said, right, well, go ahead. And if Allah wants to stop it, Allah will stop it somehow. But she went all the way. There were obstacles, little baby obstacles all the way. But the actual marriage day was very smooth. So smooth that she couldn't believe it, because things she hadn't even organized took place. That's how you know it's from Allah. And now they're happy. Okay? But usually it's the first one that you've said, Alex, where you do have a rough idea. You're not sure though. And then what the guidance prayer is for is you take that route and then Allah will either put blessing in it and you'll know when it needs to go ahead, or there'll be some kind of a hindrance and it won't go ahead, and then you'll know that actually that's not what Allah wants. Does that make sense?
Yeah, lovely. Thank you.
How do you know it's your destiny?
Do you know what? You just know when something goes right. Do you know that? You just know when something's going to go right.
Allah shows you signs, maybe?
Yeah, big ones, big ones, big ones. Right, I'm going to give you an example. Now, this one is really spooky. Well, for me it is. I don't know, I just feel sometimes some people don't realize it's from Allah and some people do. And I just think you have to recognize the signs. But anyway, you tell me what you think about this. So my film that was being made on me is now complete. And the director sent me the final copy today, which is going to go in the cinema, okay? So I was watching the film, and the film finishes on what next? So listen to this. The film finishes on what's going to happen next, because I feel I've got to the top kind of thing. And while I got to that point, when the film said what next, I thought to myself, now, is there anything else that I can do? And I thought to myself, you know what? A book hasn't been written on me, an autobiography. Maybe that can be next, right? And as I thought it, I looked at my phone and there was a woman and she said, ring me. I can write a book on you, because somebody else, another woman I'd met at an event, had given her my details and she had found out a book hasn't been written on me. Well, you won't believe that. Now, don't you think that's from Allah? But listen to the rest. So I phoned her up. She was a teacher. She was specialized in special needs and disabilities. She had a similar story to myself. I got on with her like a house on fire. And it was right on the day when the film had finished. Now tell me, Alex, let's ask you, do you think that was from Allah?
Definitely. Subhanallah.
You've got to read the signs there. And why would Allah do it right at that minute, just as I was thinking in my mind that, you know what, the next stage is definitely going to be a book, autobiography. And right at that minute, a message came on the phone. Don't you think Allah got that woman there?
Yes, it sounds
Allah
like
chose
it.
that one.
Yeah, yeah,
And then I phoned her, and she was a teacher, and she was specialized in special needs. And
yeah.
she was religious. She believed in God. She was an English lady, though. And she knew exactly what kind of book I'd like. And then I sent her my film in confidence. I said, listen to this film. That will help you to write the book. And then she phoned me back and she said she'll write the book. So is that not from Allah then? On the day?
Yes.
Without me even praying. Without me even praying for it yet. And the film's not even out in the cinema yet.
Mm.
So there you go. That's an example of knowing something is from Allah. And some things, everything's all wonderful, but in your heart, there's this heavy feeling, and you just know it's not going to happen. It happens with marriage proposals. There's a heavy feeling in your heart, and you know it's not going to go ahead, even though everything's perfect. So sometimes, some people get these inclinations, deja vus, if you like, or intuition, they call it, on what's going to happen. Some people have got that and some people haven't. But some people, they get it when they pray to Allah. When you tune in with Allah, He gives you that idea. And sometimes it can be quick blockage, straight. And you just know it's not going to go ahead kind of thing. And sometimes, it will go ahead. It's very hard, though, when you don't know, though, because I think that you still have to try. Because there's 3 answers to a dua. Yes, or yes, but not yet, or no, I've got something better for you. That's what we have to remember. That is the answer from Allah. 3 answers to a dua. So if it's a no, not yet, it means we got to keep trying because it can happen later. Yeah? So when we didn't get a mosque in Brentwood and we all cried we didn't get it, we got one eventually, and it was so quick when it happened overnight within a week. That's an example. That answer was yes, but not yet. That was that answer. Yes is straight away with the book story I'm telling you. And no, I've got something better for you. It could be happening in Jannah. Who knows? We just have to have patience. The beauty of our religion is we don't know what Allah's got in store, so we carry on doing good just in case we may not get to heaven. That is the beauty of our religion. In Christianity, you don't have to try because Jesus is going to forgive all your sins and you're going to go to heaven if you're Christian. But with us, we carry on doing good deeds, because we don't know our destiny. We may not go to heaven. Just in case we don't, we carry on doing good deeds. Does that make sense?
Yes.
It's a very, very good religion in that way. And why we carry on doing good deeds is Allah's helping us to get good deeds on our right shoulder, which will make our scale of good deeds very heavy. And then inshallah, that scale will outshine the bad scale and we'll go to heaven. This makes us keep trying, doesn't it? Keep carrying on. I find destiny absolutely amazing. Sometimes something bad happens and you don't know why. And later on you come out of it and you see good in it. That's a good thing that happened. You know that? Because if that hadn't happened, I wouldn't be here today doing this. Do you understand? Something bad things can make you do good things in the end that happened to us. And we only realize afterwards, but not at the time. It's very, very interesting. I find it fascinating. Alex, do you want to finish off?
Jazakallah khair, Sister Sidra. That was a really fascinating talk, as always. We certainly appreciate all these talks. Jazakallah khair.
Thank you very much for remembering me. Anyway, have a lovely summer, everybody.
Yeah, thank you.
Jazakallah khair.
All right, then. Inshallah, see you all soon.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Alaikum.
Bye.